Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Jonathan. This is the first YouTube video that I'm making, so just want to make it official before I start like uploading a bunch of TikToks that I've been making on across different socials. And really, I just want to talk about like who this channel is for. It's gonna be for believers in Christ that are on their entrepreneurship journey, mainly for people in sales because that's kind of what I specialize in. I've been in sales now for 3 years, and I'll get into all the details there, but I made a script for this and everything, so we're just gonna get straight into it. But yeah, so here's the script. I actually wrote it down. But yeah, that's who the channel's for. So hopefully you can get some value from this. I'm going to you know try to do this as quick as I can. Running socials is a bit taxing, and I won't get into all the details like I always do. I always get sidetracked because I never write a script for anything. Like even now, I'm not reading off the script or anything. I don't have a teleprompter. If you watch all my TikTok videos or Instagram videos, which are basically the same, I just edit off of TikTok or CapCut and then re-upload reels, two reels to Instagram. But yeah, I never have a script, so it's just my communication skills. It's just whatever's flowing off of the top of my head, and yeah, just experience in sales, man. But yeah, so I'm actually gonna read a script now, and yeah, well, this is who the channel's for. So a little bit about me. So I've been 3 years in sales, like I said before. Literally to the day, as I'm recording this, it's almost midnight. Labor Day is tomorrow, so technically today is Monday, Labor Day 2024. I think it's September 3rd or 4th. But yeah, also don't take myself too seriously. So yeah, you guys are getting a little bit more of who I am, I guess, in my day to day. But yeah, my TikToks are super serious. I'm super into mindset. In sales, it's crazy, man. It's definitely a challenge, but it's the most rewarding thing when you make a sale. So going off a little bit there, but yeah, I've been in sales for like 3 years now to the date. Basically, I started selling car insurance. So you know, before that, I mainly did construction like all my life. So right now I'm 27. Um, Ever since I was a kid, 10, 12 years old, I remember going to job sites, construction sites with my dad. We live here in Texas. So yeah, ever since I was a kid, I remember days where, it'd be a Saturday or something and it's not too hot. And my dad's like, hey, let's go, let's go to the job site. I don't know if he thought I was going to do that for a living, and I did for a while, but kind of also just showing how tough construction can be. So he definitely instilled that into my brain as a young kid. The sun sucked. Being thirsty, being hungry, working hard, all that. I just think it's just a really good wake up call that I feel like some people are missing nowadays. So that's why I'm laughing, not at how tough it actually is, but I feel like some people nowadays can really use a dose of real life. So yeah, ever since I was a kid, going to work in construction sites with my dad, did that really to like my early 20s, mid 20s. And yeah, never really thought about anything else. I was gonna go into the Department of Public Safety, so law enforcement. That kind of fell through a couple years back, and basically where I found myself 3 years ago was just like at a crossroads, right? Like, what am I gonna do? They told me I had to wait, 9 months to reapply. It was the last cohort before they closed it down, and I basically failed. So, telling myself in my head, like, what am I gonna do? Looking for some guidance again, and yeah, basically tech sales was really popping off like 3 years ago. I don't know if I'm pretty sure it was something that had been there for a long time, but I'm guessing it was the barrier to entry was getting a lot lower, and you can take something as simple as a course, 3 6 months course, 5 10K whatever, and get into tech sales. So that was really good there. I didn't have the money, so I just went a different route. I started selling car insurance. So I got the job, built my resume around it, sold myself during the interview. Oops. And by selling myself, I mean just like, as a person, just talking to the person on the phone, telling them I was hungry, ready to work. I was a hard worker. I I forgot really how the interview went, but basically I got the job, right. So did the training for a month, and so basically we got licensed to sell car insurance, which again, like a 2 week training, more like it, like 2 weeks in a day. And then we took our exams, got a license, and then did another month of training, actual training, learning all these systems, because it's actually complicated. It's not as easy as you would think. There is a lot of buttons, and for some reason, State Farm, if you're listening, your system is outdated. It's like I'm on a computer in the 1980s. I don't know why you're still using like Courier New, some really old like typewriter um, font. So fix that. But at least for yourself, don't make it harder on your employees. But yeah, so I did that for a couple of months. Long story short, I felt I was confident enough in sales. Again, did that for 6 months, training and everything. And yeah, felt like it was time to move on, get into something better, a little bit bigger, and actually start learning sales. So I don't know if, yeah, I guess I decided that summer. So again, around this time 3 years ago, that I wanted to pursue sales and pursue tech sales. So yeah, after 6 months of selling car insurance, I actually took a course, really in-depth course, really good course. And I'll, if I remember, I'll probably post it in another video. But basically, what happened was I took that course. It, taught me the basics of tech sales, how to do code outreach, code calls, code DMs, code emails, whatever, and felt pretty confident. So yeah, really good course, really budget friendly. There's if you're looking for a course, there's some really good courses that will teach you all the basics, and you don't even need to, pay thousands of dollars on it. I paid like $500, $600 for mine, and got like a $50 discount, which was pretty cool. And yeah, I learned everything. So I'm super, bootstrap. I like, um, getting a deal and like bootstrapping myself and arming myself and getting that wisdom and knowledge and whatever. And yeah, really the difference between my course and some other courses, big courses, $5,000, $10,000, couple $1,000, more than $10,000, is that I'm pretty sure they guarantee the job right after you finish the course, but I just didn't have the time, right? So my situation was I was working, but I was, also wanted to learn how to get into tech sales, and I wasn't willing to leave my job until I actually landed something. So, which is a smart way to do a lot of things, especially whenever you're transitioning into something different. So, yeah, I was working, finished the course. Took me like a week. Some people finished it in 2 days, but I did a week. And actually, now that I think about it, I actually never finished it. I started applying for jobs basically when I was done. All I had to do was take the final, and luckily I found something like a week later, a couple of days later. I don't know how somebody like reached out on LinkedIn. If y'all don't know about LinkedIn, y'all gotta get on that. Super cool, a lot of professionals. Some people are on there. Some point, recruiters are on there basically looking for SDRs, BDRs, somebody to fill the roles, right? That's how they get paid. They get paid, based on commissions, based on bringing in good people. And again, I guess I've always been pretty smart, pretty good, or okay at building resumes. And actually, now that I think about it, my resume hasn't really changed a lot, or I've never really made it look professional, but my experience has. So my resume, now that I think about it, probably sucks, but my experience is okay. And again, my interview skills are I'd say decent. So long story short, I landed a job at a big corporate America company. Basically, what I did was I sold Medicare insurance, health insurance for seniors. So if you know, like Medicare, it's assistance for people that are disabled or 65 and older. It's a government assistance program or whatever. And I can't even remember now. It's been a while. But long story short, I did that for like 11 months. So that was definitely a thing. Interviewed, got paid to train the first month. Super cool. The whole month we were just learning, big team meetings. I thought I made it, and it felt really good. Just being a part of something bigger. Feeling like I was, basically at a corporate America company. Going into the office every day. I think when you are, from a small city, you definitely appreciate opportunities like that, and they're out there. So if you are looking for something like that, and you believe in God, those opportunities are out there, and you just gotta, look for them. And if you don't believe in God, those opportunities are still out there. So just find them, and look for them, and you'll find them. So basically, long story short, after about a month of the training, it was time to get on the phone. So we were calling people. We were kind of like salesmen slash closers, because there was people already bringing us the clients that had somewhat of an interest. So yeah, it was basically our job just to close them. You know, uh, the to close the deal lasted anywhere from like 30-45 minutes minimum to like up to an hour, if not a little bit more. And yeah, I had to implement a bunch of information. Systems were crazy, definitely a lot more than selling car insurance. Just keep clicking on a couple of buttons, making sure you input, VIN numbers correctly, and license numbers correctly, and first and last names correctly. Definitely a lot more complicated than that. So if you are trying to get into selling health insurance at these big companies, just get ready. Make sure that you are super prepared, ready to study, and apply everything. So, but yeah, I actually wasn't one of the smartest people. Um, I used to be a lot smarter, but I don't know. This was just definitely a bunch of information, and yeah, don't be lazy either. Study your booklet. They'll probably send you some type of script and booklet, so you can learn all this, all the legal stuff about selling health insurance, and medications and all the crazy stuff that goes into it. I can talk about that for really hours or days, and I wouldn't finish. But long story short, after a couple of months, I started climbing my team, getting better and better with coaching from like managers and other sales reps that were on my manager's team, and my coach, my personal coach. He was awesome. He was really good, really at the top of the company. So I was super fortunate to have him as my coach. But basically, yeah, after a couple of months, I started getting better and better and better. And before I knew it, I fell in love with it. I don't know what it is. Again, maybe it's just my personality, but I really like working hard. And whenever I get good at something, it's just like that mindset, and that like a winner's mentality. I don't know what you would call it. That's at least what I want to put a name on it as right now. Is just like being super competitive. There you go. I guess I'm just naturally competitive. That's how my parents raised me. So once I got good, I wanted to definitely make money. So yeah, long story short, um, started getting better, started making better and better money. You know, closer and closer to the months leading up to before I left. But yeah, long story short, when it came game time, because there is like a seasonal thing when you can make the a big chunk of money. I was the top new hire under my manager's team, so I'm super proud to say that, because it definitely took a lot of effort, a lot of hours, you know, just crazy grind, really just working hard and hustling. But yeah, so I've made videos on my TikTok, Instagram, whatever. So if you follow me there, Instagram is real_Jonathan. That's JONATHAN. Again, real, like I'm a real person. Real_JONATHAN, and then last name is JUAREZ. Again, JUAREZ. Real_Jonathan Juarez. And yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, I'll probably have it somewhere. Basically how I did all that stuff and how I ended up at the top, as the top new hire under my manager's team. Really, just 3 people on top of me, which were the guys that had been there for years. But and on TikTok, if you prefer TikTok, it's JJY Sales 1750. So it's JJY Sales 1750. And again, they're basically pictures of me, how I look right now. So shouldn't be too hard. But long story short, yeah. When I was working for that big corporate American company, I was on track to earn $10,000 in a very short amount of time, and I had never $10,000 gross. So before taxes. So definitely a good chunk of change for me at the time, and just I had never really seen something like that before, or heard anybody tell me, my manager tell me, hey, you're on track to make this amount of money. A little unfortunate at the time. I was kind of ready to move on. It was a great opportunity while it lasted, but I really just didn't like the industry. So that's the only thing. You gotta like the industry a lot, and I personally didn't. So yeah, but whatever. So really, as again, I kind of just continue doing sales. I just wanted to keep, arming myself with like just more and more experience. All these gurus, or people on TikTok, Instagram, all these people blowing up on social media, talking about sales and business and entrepreneurship. And yeah, I just felt like, I wanted to keep honing my skills in sales. So yeah, I basically, just wanted to double down and then do something in person. So I applied to work at a car dealership, and yeah, in my hometown. And yeah, I basically worked at that car dealership for a couple of months as well. um, you know, Learn how to interact with people one on one, how to sell a car, basically how I can make money off deals, stuff like that. And it was tough actually. So my small city where I'm from, it's um it's not the most economically advanced thing, I'll say. It's a border town in Texas, so I'll just leave it at that. And if you know anything about, border cities, is that they're not the most economically balanced or financially set communities. So I'll just leave it at that. But anyways, and apart from that, still like 2024 was crazy, just with interest rates and how they've been going. So I kind of went in at a bad time. But long story short, I still got the experience I wanted. Met a lot of good people. Sold cars, so that was cool. But just I guess it was like the perfect. I won't say the perfect storm, because I think like if I would have stuck it out and stayed longer, I would have definitely made cars, and maybe I wouldn't even be here. But anyways, long story short, I decided to move on. So yeah, basically after that, kind of went back to doing some construction work just to sustain myself, and now I'm working from home, doing like appointment setting slash sales again. So appointments, more leaning more towards the appointment setting side, but I'm still a salesman. So just really selling myself on the phone, selling software, home improvement or whatever. Really cool website. I've also talked about it on my social media. So yeah, y'all can just follow me there and sign up as well. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing right now to sustain myself, and really just again focusing on the entrepreneurship journey. So um, kind of just to give y'all, I guess, some more information, and again really solidify this, is that I don't just want to talk about sales. I think that's going to be my main focus for the next couple of months, or years. I'll just see where kind of where life takes me. But yeah, just I definitely want to build my personal brand. So I'm seeing a lot of people have a lot of success, even entrepreneurs, just building personal brands. Um, yeah, so I know that's definitely something I want to do, because just with the more exposure, I'll get to know you guys more. You guys will definitely get to know me more. And yeah, just having that exposure, having that personal brand, connecting with people that are like-minded. You don't need to reach the whole world. You just need to reach a certain amount of people, a certain group of people that can help you out on your journey as well, and hopefully they're on the same journey. So I know branding is something I definitely want to build, and that's really what this YouTube channel is also about. Is not just well, it is helping you guys out, but also me trying to build a personal brand. So if you are an entrepreneur, I definitely recommend you build your own personal brand. Whether that's on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever. I think it'll definitely help you grow and help you make more money at the end of the day, right? So yeah, but I've tried like crypto. Um, I never seem to get in at the right times. I can never predict stuff like that. So I'm really, I've dabbled with it, but I'm not really good there. Foreign exchange, forex is something I've, tried to learn as well, and something I'm still learning. I've taken courses, or I've taken a course from this guy I've seen, pop up on my Instagram. Young guy, really cool, really funny. And yeah, so if y'all have Whoop, yeah, I'll probably again talk about this some other video. But foreign exchange, that's something I'm still learning. Definitely something I want to do. So if you don't know about forex, you know I might talk about forex some other time, but I'm pretty sure there are some more competent people in that that can explain more, and if you are into that, help you make some money. Drop shipping, something I've tried learning, but again, just all the systems and everything, I just don't want to deal with all that. I think that it's definitely a good way to make money, and a lot of money once you set everything up. But again, yeah, I just right now I'm not into it. So really, again, just right now, what I'm trying to do is just build this personal brand, give you all as much free information as I can. Definitely, building some type of digital something that I can give y'all for free, and if I see it works and it helps y'all out, obviously I gotta pay bills too. So, giving that, making some type of offer. A couple people get it for free, and if it works, cool. Get some testimonies. Okay, help made them money. Maybe I can sell this for a couple bucks. Um, Things like courses. The I'm gonna do like a little shameless thing, but I really think it's gonna help you out. The thing about courses that I learned is that you, if you can just, bring that learning curve down to as little as possible and start earning a lot more money, it's definitely worth it. I know a lot of people hate on courses, and there's always gonna be haters, guys. But coming from, me, and again, I know that y'all don't know me, or know me yet, but coming from a person that was working selling car insurance before and making like 15 to $18 an hour, and then almost a year later hearing from your manager tell you, hey, before you leave, I just want you to know you're on track to earning $10,000 before taxes. Are you sure you want to leave? And it was a hard decision for me, but I left. But I could have stayed and made $10,000 before taxes, all from that one course. I really think I'm telling you guys, apart from that 6 months of car insurance experience, I'm telling y'all that that course made a difference. I don't know why I did. I don't know if it's because I believed it enough. I don't know if it's because I'm pretty sure I learned a lot off of it. And again, I'll bring up that course later in another video, because I do want you guys to have that. It's not just for tech sales. I think it'll help in the sales in general. But yeah, really great course again. So yeah, but, don't hit on courses if they're reasonably priced, if the person is reasonable person, and they don't seem scammy or whatever, and are trying to sell you a dream, right? A dream is, or a scam, you can smell a scam from a mile away. Oh, you're gonna make $1 million in in less than a month. Come on, bro. Like that's not real. But if I tell you, hey man, you can get into an industry that if you work hard enough and you put in the hours, you can make more than 100K in a year, right? That's definitely reasonable. That sounds like a real thing. And if you just search up on YouTube, you can see a bunch of people that have done tech sales and are making more than $200,000 in a year. And maybe they've been at it for a couple years, but it's definitely doable. So yeah, don't hate on courses. But yeah, I'm thinking about making a course. If you are into that, leave me a comment. And yeah, and the last thing is just like one-on-one coaching. So just like I received coaching from my manager, she was in the game for a couple years, and then she became a manager. Just like I received coaching from my personal coach, who was also, I think, in management for a while, and all these other coaches that were under my manager's team that were in management positions, but like stayed coaches for whatever reason. They all, had mentors before them that just taught them something, right? You learn something from somebody. They can tell you some of the niches, the smallest things, the littlest details, maybe something you're doing wrong, and it can change everything, right? Or maybe you just learn how to, sell quicker, how to close better, how to do your pitch different, just all these little details, because they have experience. They know the ins and outs, so they can tell you all these ins and outs, all these little details in a short amount of time, in a one-on-one, right? In a couple times that you have, those one-on-one coachings, and yeah, in less than a month, 2-3 months, you can be a killer in sales. So that's something else I want to do. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. I really don't have anything else for this video. I know that it's a long one. We're going on 25 minutes, but if you watch towards the end, yeah, if you're looking for really just a whole bunch of other information on TikTok, on Instagram, definitely follow me there. I'm probably just gonna re-upload all these TikToks, reels that I've made into YouTube Shorts if they're under 60 seconds. And yeah, and if they're longer than that, I'm probably gonna make them into small videos. But that's basically it, guys. You know, I really don't know what else to say. If y'all are interested in following this journey if you guys are, in sales, I think you will get a lot of value out of this. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. So I will see you in the next one.